Week 17 was not fun in terms of the Titans being competitive and winning games. They lost to the Jags again, 20-13. Mason Rudolph didn't look very good. The team just looks disjointed. They're not playing good football right now. But in terms of the big picture, in terms of 2025 and not so much 2024, there was some really good news to come out of that game. The Titans are moving up the way you want to be moving in the NFL draft order. The Jags beat Tennessee, pushing Tennessee up. The Raiders lost to the Saints, which, again, allows the Raiders to slide down that draft order. A quarterback-needy team moving further away from those top picks. And the Giants beat the Colts, and that one was the biggest of all. The Giants were in pole position to control the number one pick, get their next quarterback, and an offense that had been averaging like 18 points a game or something dropped 45 in a stunning upset to knock the Colts out of the playoff picture altogether. Now, if you want the number one pick, or at least want to secure a top two pick to get a QB if you want Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, or trade down or Hunter or whatever, there is a lot of value to having a higher pick in the NFL draft. If you want that, like today's video for me right now. Now, this is the current NFL draft order. We'll stay here for a little bit, and I will make note that the tiebreakers go right to strength of schedule. They go right there. So, Patriots, they can secure the number one pick with a loss. The strength of schedule differential, Titans can't catch them. Titans have a decent lead over the Browns and a big lead over the Giants. So in theory, a loss would lock in the number two spot, but enough scenarios that maybe it could happen where the Browns jump, but they're pretty unlikely scenarios there. Then it's the Jags at 5 with a worse strength of schedule than the Titans. Same with the Panthers, and then very narrowly the Jets have a worse strength of schedule as well. But again, they've got a game difference there. The Raiders at 4-12 have a good strength of schedule. Same with the Bears at 4-12 at number 9. And the Saints are not in the conversation. They're actually almost locked into a top 10 pick at this point. So here's where we sit. One game to go. The Titans in the worst case scenario of they upset, or they beat, I should say, get that in a second, the Texans, and everyone else around them loses, etc. The worst case is they should have the number 7 pick. It might even be number 6, depending on different strength of schedule stuff. That's like the worst case scenario. A loss, though, would essentially lock up the number 2 pick. And if the Patriots somehow beat the Bills, number 1 pick's in play for Tennessee. So do you want that number 1 pick? Y for yes, N for no. Let me know in the comment section of today's video. Do you want that number 1 pick to control all the different draft scenarios? Y or N? Go vote the pinned comments of today's show. I know I'm being very dismissive of losing games and looking bad in the process, and I'm sorry for that, because losing isn't fun. But I will say, setting up a brighter future with the hopes of having a franchise QB is a really good silver lining, and frankly, probably better than some of the, picking like at 12. Like, I don't want to be where, I don't want to be like where the Colts are at this year if I had Will Levis. Like, do I have my guy? Do I not? I went 7-9, but I'm not good. I don't want to be there. That's not a fun spot to be. Having the hopes of whether it's Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, or something else altogether, that's a brighter future. Because it ain't Will Levis. Mayo Boy is not the guy. 17 turnovers, 12 touchdowns. He's got the arm strength. He's got the mobility. He doesn't have enough of the rest. He is not your franchise quarterback. Mason Rudolph is not your franchise guy either. It's better, but not really that much better in the end. It's actually kind of middling, all things considered. So you need to find a quarterback this offseason. And look, the non-draft options at quarterback aren't exactly the best and brightest. It's kind of just Sam Darnold. Do you want to trade for Kirk Cousins? Ew, gross. Do you want to let Aaron Rodgers come to town and bring along his buddies on the coaching staff? And Alan Lazard? No, I don't want to do that. So it's kind of, you can either go try to get Sam Darnold, the franchise tag, sign and trade, free agency, trade for J.J. McCarthy, I guess is an option too. If the Vikings want to commit long-term to Sam, which I'm not sure I buy that. I think this might be a Kevin O'Connell thing more than anything. So now that you're in position to secure that quarterback, that means a lot. And that would give you some some better hope than what you've had in recent weeks and even years. Today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. It is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Always do the flex play, because the flex play will give you some flexibility to get a pick wrong. My boy Jack Lottery's been hot on the flex play. You got a goose egg from Hunter Henry, but we got Rico Dowdle. Check off that more than 63.5 yards, easily more. And now we just need Jared Goff on Monday Night Football to cash that one out. So download the Prize Picks app over at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That $50 is guaranteed. You don't have to win it no matter what you get it, win or lose. Download the app over at prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS. There are 2 quarterbacks really worthy of having this top pick conversation. Even though in a bubble, neither guy is probably going to be viewed as consensus first-round grades, but the quarterback needs going to push him up. It's how it goes sometimes. Cam Ward's a gunslinger. Some people mad that he pulled himself out or sat the second half. This all could have been avoided if Mario Cristobal just said, yeah, this was the plan. Because if it's the plan, who cares? If it's not the plan, okay, got to have a conversation about it. But I kind of feel like they wanted to see Emory Williams play, and it was bad. So now the Hurricanes got to go to QB. He's a gunslinger, though. You want big plays. You want some holding the ball too long, making some bad decisions. He'll throw interceptions in the NFL. I promise you that. But he's got big playability. That's valuable. Shedeur Sanders is that like Shanahan McVay style quarterback. Like he gets the ball quickly, very, very accurate, does hold the ball a little bit longer than I'd like at times. But when the ball's out quickly, it's accurate and it's good. He's not a great dual threat, but he's been very good for Colorado. Both those guys, I think, are going to be jockeying for QB1 in the 2025 NFL draft class. Both guys have real concerns. Shedeur doesn't have the overwhelming physical skill set, holds the ball long sometimes. Cam Ward holds it really long, will make some gunslinger-esque mistakes. But both better options than Will Levis is right now. Might save your GM head coach's job if they work. So would you draft a QB, in the first round? 1 for yes, 0 for no, as I apparently die somehow. 1 for yes, 0 for no. Go vote in the comments of today's show. The alternative option, especially if you get number 2 and the Patriots trade the number 1 pick to like the Giants for a QB or something, you could always just draft the best player in the class, and Travis Hunter. He went up for over 1,000 yards for Colorado this year, put up wide receiver 1 numbers and cornerback 1 stats. Like, I don't know, to allow 23 catches against 7 pass breakups, like that's really freaking good. It doesn't happen. That's an outsized ratio. Teams didn't throw at him, and when they did, they regretted it. Yeah, there was a Stanford game a year ago. Doesn't matter. Like, he's awesome. So if you don't want the quarterbacks, it's probably a better way for this, or you go get somebody else somehow. Hunter at 2, it's a good pick. Now, we'll have more Titans videos for you guys all off season long, so make sure you are subscribed. YouTube.com/Titans today. YouTube.com/Titans today. Go subscribe. Free videos all off season long. So what are we cheering for if you want that top pick? You got to lose against the Houston Texans. I will make notes. Houston has nothing to play for in this matchup. Nothing. They are locked into the 4 seed. They'll probably sit their starters. Tennessee is a 4.5-point favorite. I know it feels dirty, wrong, weird to cheer against your team. You don't want to win this game. You want to lose this. There's no... Unless you are worried about Brian Callahan getting fired and you want him back, you need to lose this game. You also are cheering heavily, regardless, against the New England Patriots. Or I should say for the New England Patriots. The Bills are a 1-point favorite. They are locked in the 2 seed. They will play their backups as well. Patriots have implied they might sit Drake May, which I actually think does make a lot of sense. keep an eye on this one. Those games are going at the same time, so you can do the old dual watching. All right, the other games that you want to cheer for results and whatnot, you want Texans over Titans, Patriots over Bills, Giants over Eagles. Eagles are locked in the 2 seed. They might not be playing for anything either. Colts over Jags. Jags over Colts. My bad, I misspoke there. Jets over the Dolphins to secure, Jets getting that 5 win, keeping yourself in front of them no matter what. Browns over Ravens, which the Ravens are like 17.5 point favorites. That's going to be really tough to do. Panthers over the Falcons to knock Carolina down. And it probably doesn't matter, but Bears over Packers just to eliminate any risk of chaos there.